Elena and her men, Elena and her men. Just like I predicted, it's the worst one in the trilogy. I think this trilogy thing is kind of not working out for Criterion. At least if they want me to like the last one. Anyway, hello there, Nick Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer Guy here, number 244 in the Jean Renoir Stages Spectacular Palooza thingy blah. Elena and her men. And just like I thought, I didn't like it. Well, it's not that I didn't like it. It's just too. I just didn't understand what was going on. The only thing I understood was Bergman, but not the Bergman where you're thinking of. Oh no, the one with the I Bergman, and not the I Bergman you're thinking of. The IN Bergman. And not the IN Bergman you're thinking of, the ING Bergman. And not the ING Bergman you're thinking of, the INGR Bergman. Yeah, oh wait, now we're differentiating between the two. Yeah. Ingrid and Ingmar, jeez, I mean, like, are you sure they weren't getting down? Nope, okay. Anyway, I didn't know what the hell was going on in this movie. I didn't. And it sucks because I wanted to know what was going on in the movie. And I was hoping that I would dig this because I love The Golden Coach. I thought that was a great movie. I mean, not The Golden Coach, French Can-Can. I love that one. That was really good. I mean, maybe it's just Jean Gabin. He's a fantastic actress. And I don't know, I kind of have my mixed feelings about Ingrid Bergman. I haven't seen her in much outside of the Criterion movies we've seen. Autumn Sonata, Notorious, Spellbound, and now Elena and the Men. And I've seen Casablanca. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about her. Sometimes I feel like she's just too pretty for her own good, you know? She's just too good of an actress. I don't know. Maybe just this one particular movie didn't work. I mean, like I said, I mean, I didn't care much for Autumn Sonata, mostly because it was Bergman. But I liked Spellbound. I thought Spellbound was fantastic. I thought she was fantastic in Spellbound, and I thought she was fantastic in Casablanca. Even Notorious was really good, even though the plot was a little confusing in that one. But Elena and her men maybe it's just her and Renoir didn't match. Well, apparently, I guess for this movie, when he wrote this movie with another actress in mind, a friend of his, whose name I can't remember, but in the end he used Bergman, and yeah, I guess like he talked in the introduction, which I watched this time. I actually watched the introduction before I watched the movie, and he said something about like I guess he set out to make a more a straightforward comedy, but it turned into something else when the general he was parodying, like, you know, I guess his relatives were still alive, and he didn't want them to like the see it or whatever, or like, you know, find a direct direction in it. Anyway, yeah, so, I don't know. I'd love to know what the original movie that he had planned was. 1956, 95 minutes, color, moral, French, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, from what I understand of this movie, from what I got out of this is, Bergman plays this woman named Elena, this Polish princess, who is set to marry this old dude, this king or something, I don't know. And she ends up falling for this count who works for this general. And the general ends up, like, you know, falling in love with her too. And so, like, his people see this and decide to, like, go along with his love for her. And so that for, like, political reasons or something like that, apparently, like, her power as a princess, like, they can use it in their favor or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to say much about this because, like I said, I just didn't know what was going on. There's a lot of weird farcical moments that just took away from the story. Like, these other, like, set of characters who were all in love with this other, like, maid or something like that. And in the end, like, I guess the whole city, like, you know, unites in love after she kisses this other guy. Oh no, because the general, I remember now, the general, like, falls in love with this other princess or something like that, and they sneak out because the people want his head or something like that, and so Elena kisses this fake general, I think it's the Count, and like everybody's moved by this moment that they all start embracing and kiss, and yeah, that's about the size of it. That's all I could say about this one. It wasn't the most interesting movie. I mean, as far as the comedy was concerned, there were those bits like the maid, and earlier where like Elena's like caught in this crowd trying to see the general, and she like is dragged out of her coach, and she's like pushed around, and she's holding this kid, and then somebody gives her a periscope, and she ends up using it the wrong way, and she loses track of the kid, and so like yeah, I don't know. So I'm not gonna what do I give this one? Not horrible, but not great either. Probably the I'd like to think that this might be the weakest of the weakest run. No, I don't know. Like I'm still don't know how to feel about Rules of the Game. Everybody says it's the greatest movie ever, but no, I don't know. It's not the greatest movie ever. If you think it's the greatest movie ever, then you obviously haven't seen enough movies. But no, it's not the worst movie ever. No, not that one. I keep coming back to this movie because apparently people, apparently you're supposed to come back to this movie. Especially when you talk about Renoir. You're supposed to talk about the rules of the game, which doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, so, anyway. So Elena and her Men probably lesser than Rules of the Game. Mostly because of the plot. I just couldn't get a hold of the plot. I could get a hold of the plot with Rules of the Game, but at the same time, I just didn't understand why people liked it so much. I think that was my problem. The hype for Rules of the Game doesn't make any sense to me. There is little to no hype for, Elena and her Men. I mean, there is some hype because it's Bergman, but apparently, even Renoir says that the movie didn't do as well as, it wasn't a great success for him. So, and I think he kind of blames this on the fact that because he couldn't make the movie that he wanted to, or something like that. But anyway, the point is, I think that probably Elena and her Men is probably, I mean, I don't know why I'm ranking his films right now, or trying to rank his films, but we've seen enough to like kind of rank. I think this is the 7th movie we've seen, the sixth movie, I think. Grand Illusion. All right, we're going to look at the list. We're going to look at the list again just to pad out this review just because. There's Grand Illusion, Rules of the Game, Lower Depths, Golden Coach, French Can, Elena and her Men. I think that's the list. But let's find out. Yeah, Grand Illusion, Rules of the Game. Yeah, okay. All right, so this is the 6th movie we've seen. Of the 6 we've seen, I would say that this is probably the least favorite. Yeah, probably the least favorite. I'd say Rules of the Game is even better than Golden Coach. Once again, because Magnani, I can't see her as anything else than Rama Rosa, sadly. So that's on Criterion for giving me that rating. So I'd say probably the best. I mean, if we're just gonna rate them real quick, I'd say the greatest Renoir is probably the Grand Illusion. Grand Illusion, then Grand Illusion, French Can, Lower Depths, Rules of the Game, Golden Coach, and Elena and her Men. That's my rating for Renoir's films. But we've got a couple more. I think we've got a couple more. Let's find out. Do we have a couple more? I'm pretty sure we have a couple more. Let's see what else we got. We got The River. Oh, which is coming up later. Yeah, The River. I've heard about that one. The River is number 276, so we'll get to that one later. Budo Saved from Drowning, which is early next season. La Bête Humane. Day in the Country, number 746. And is that it? That's it. All right. So yeah, so we've got, how many more is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So we got 4 more coming. And yeah, so we'll probably rank those when the time comes. I should start working on these, like actual official rankings. But yeah, there'll be 10. We got 10 Renoir films in the Criterion collection right now. And hopefully there'll be more, like the Little Match Girl. I'd like to see that. But anyway, Elena Meh, C+. I'll give it a C+. Yeah, because the C+. Supplements. Introduction, Renoir, as I mentioned. Part 3 of the Jean Renoir Parler de son art interview. This one he talks about like realism or I forget, like natural. He talks about naturalism, and it's very, very existential and very out there, you know. And then it's part 2 of the Jean Renoir Hollywood and Beyond BBC Omnibus interview, which I think the first part was on Rules of the Game. And yes, this just the latter half of his career, and we get basically the part that talks about his signing to Fox and making a swamp something, a movie called With the Swamp, and basically it's just about that, and he talks about the Stage and Spectacle trilogy, and that's about it. And yeah, so anyway, and then stills, and that's about it. So that concludes the trilogy. Elena Meh, C+, not the greatest one. And yeah, so that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking in. I hope you enjoyed the trilogy. I think, just to wrap up my feelings about the Stage and Spectacle box set, I think these movies definitely are very, very stage driven. You can make these into plays. They're easily done as plays, and I think maybe that was the point. The color shines very well in these movies. I mean, making these 3 movies are his color movies, and they're just fantastic looking. You know, they definitely are fantastic looking movies. They just may not be the greatest movies he's done. You know, I still think Grand Illusion is the masterpiece. You know. And yeah. So anyway, that's about it. So that's it for this week. Next week, let's see what we got here. We got we got the whole trilogy next week. As I mentioned before, I'm gonna have to skip Port of Shadows for now, but I will be coming back to it. So just stay tuned. I'm ordering as soon as possible. And we'll get to that one as soon as I can. But for now, next week, we'll get to I Vitellini. Let's see. Slacker, and on Wednesday. And then Videodrome on Tuesday. Videodrome. I had to show you this. I like the cassette Blu-ray Videodrome. And then get this off here. Get that crap off here. Then we got the Battle of Algiers, which is right here, and this will be next Saturday. Get this paper and slips. Battle of Algiers. There it is. 3 discs, and I don't know how to feel this one. I don't know how to feel about this one because it's 3 discs about one movie. It's not like there's like multiple movies or multiple versions of the movie, but there's 3. There's the film. There's a thing about the disc about the film, and then a disc about the history of the story. You're just like, I don't want to sit through a history lesson. Jesus Christ. So, but I don't know, maybe. But we'll talk about the movie in itself, and who knows? Maybe we'll like it. Maybe we'll dig it. And then, of course, the next week, the week after that, Christmas week, we got the John Cassavetes. Cassavetes. I gotta learn how to pronounce his name. The 5 films box set, which I'm looking forward to. Shadows, Faces, Woman Under the Influence, Killing of a Chinese Bookie, opening night, and then the Constant Forge documentary. And yeah, so we'll look forward to that. And yeah, definitely with that, when we do that week, that'll be great because we'll do Shadows on Monday, Faces on Wednesday, Woman Under the Influence on Thursday, Christmas off, Killing of a Chinese Bookie on Saturday, opening night on Sunday, Constant Forge on Monday, and yeah. And if I happen to get Port of Shadows, somewhere in there, I might do a twofer in one day. I may do 2 in a day. Because Port of Shadows is just basically the movie, I think, with the only supplements being the trailer, I think. And yeah, so look forward to that. Really looking forward to this set. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Morals. Don't lead men on. Don't be a tease. I think that's I think that's the one thing that is the problem with. I mean, that's the one thing that I think most people notice about this is that they're all three of these movies, The Golden Coach, French Can-Can, and Elena and Men, are about people juggling different romantic relationships, you know. Yeah, so just basically stick to one lover. One monogamy is cool, guys. Oh, I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week for I Vitolini. A Fellini movie without Messina. This ain't going to go well. Anyway, until then, goodbye.